Hi, I want to show you in this video how to get feedback on assignments that you have turned in through the Turnitin link. First of all, you go back to the link where you turned in your assignment. This one it was a rough draft. And then once you click on that, the Turnitin page will come up again for you, and it will show you where you submitted the document. Now you'll just see your submissions. I have all the students in my class here, but Christy Braswell has given me permission to use hers as an example to show you how to get feedback. So first of all, you go to the submission title here. Hers was Cultural Diversity of Healing. I click on that, and then the Turnitin program brings up the assignment with the comments on it. Except you will not see the comments at first. It'll just bring up your document the way that it was submitted, the way it looked. And it takes a couple of minutes for Turnitin to get there sometimes, so just be patient and wait for it. Yeah, you can see as it's coming up now, it doesn't show the comments. But if you go over here to this little sidebar and click on this icon that is the rubric, you just click on that, and when you do that, in just a moment, when Turnitin decides to, it'll put the comments up there. So these little boxes with the little, some of them have the little comment symbols in them. Some of them don't. Some of them just have a word or two, and then some of them just have the little comment box, but they're not labeled anything. You can see that now the rubric takes up a lot of the room, so I can go over here actually and click on the X and bring it back to a bigger size. So that's what I'm going to do so we can see it better. Okay, so here's the first comment up here. So what you do, you click on it. The little blue comments are ones that I put on there. And here's my comment to Christy about her page numbering. I said, you got the page numbering with your last name before the page number perfect, but MLA format, even the page number header should be in Times New Roman 12-point font. And so that was my comment on that. Not a big deal, but something that you might want to know. Again, here about the title, I try to put the little boxes where the errors occur or where the comments pertain to. And I said, not a huge deal, but MLA format doesn't bold the title. I would I would not take off any points for that, but some teachers might, so they get kind of picky about things sometimes. I would not take off points for that or the header comment, but still, it's a good thing to know, and you want to be able to do it well. Okay, so I'm reading through, and I find right here, and in a day or two, that she's missing a comma. And so you can open that, and it has some information in there, general information about commas. If I want to make any additional comments about it, I would put right there to add a comment. I did not on this. I just think it's good enough to let you know you're missing a comma right there after the two. And then I read on, and right here, she didn't need a comma there. So my comment says no comma. And if you click on that, you'll see no comma here is the message, but then I also added another message. You don't need a comma before a conjunction such as and, unless the and is joining two complete sentences or thoughts. So she really, and it wasn't. It was the location and the resources available. They're not two complete thoughts. So she didn't need that. Here I have comma splice with a comment added. Every time you see that little white bubble there, I've added a comment to it. And so first of all, it explains what a comma splice is, and then there is my added comment down there. And not all these little comments are bad. Here's a good one that says, great thesis. So I'll just read all the little comments I made and make changes as you feel necessary. But sometimes the comments are positive ones. So you can see how I've done this all the way through. I'm not going to read all of her comments to you. Missing commas, third person, academic. This might be a good thing to pull up here, because in academic writing, we don't want to have first person or second person. We want to keep it in third person. So I actually gave her an example. Instead of you receive, let's make it one receives. So all the comments that I make are little lessons, little teaching lessons. If there had been any ETS comments, or the program itself had made any comments, you would get purple. All the blue comments are from me, and she didn't have any purple comments. So I mentioned here that her works cited entry here needed to be in hanging indent. So as I said, after you do this, you have to go back to your original document, your Google Doc. Hopefully you're using Google Docs, and make the corrections there, and then save the Google Doc after the revisions and submit that for your final essay, or whatever the assignment happens to be. But that's how you get feedback, and it's really pretty simple and straightforward. You just need to know how to do it, and so now you do.